Hello and welcome back to Willow's Notes. Today is day 2 of our Hardy-Weinberg practice videos. Make sure you watch yesterday's video as well as the upcoming ones this week. I will put all these videos under one playlist for easy reach in the future. Let's start with the second question. So if you remember from yesterday's video, the strategy is to first identify what exactly the question is asking us to find. What percentage of the population, so let's highlight the word percentage, of the population is homozygous for white hair, and it's given here, it says knowing that white is dominant. So the word dominant is making us think either P square or P, right? But what percentage of the population is homozygous for white hair? It is specifically asking us the individuals. What is the frequency of the individuals within the population that are homozygous for white hair? And because this white hair allele is dominant, then they're specifically asking us to find P square. So now when we go back to the givens, we see that in a certain population, 4% of the organisms, the reason I put organisms is because it could literally be anything. Sheep, cows, it doesn't matter what animals or plants we have, okay? So I don't want that to be the focus. 4% of the organisms have black hair. This means that 4%, okay, which is 0.04, is the frequency or is the percentage of individuals who are homozygous recessive. How do we know? It's given that black is recessive and white is dominant over black. So for the individuals to be black, they must be homozygous recessive. So automatically we know that this is Q square. So Q square is 0.04. Let's write that neatly here. Q square is 0.04. You might ask why we didn't use the 96%. We're not going to use the 96% because it's the percentage of organisms that have white hair. It's not the percentage of organisms that are homozygous dominant or that are heterozygous. It's those who have white hair. You could be homozygous dominant and have white hair, or you could be a heterozygous and have white hair. So that 96% represents P square plus 2PQ, okay? And why complicate life on us? Just stick to Q square, because if we know just one of them, either P or Q, we can find anything we need, okay? So we're not going to be using the 96% in this question, and we're just going to stick to the Q square value. Once we have Q square, we find Q, which is the square root of Q square, right? Square root of 0.04, which gives us 0.2. Once we have Q, it's very simple. We know that P plus Q is always 1. We know Q, then we find P. P will be equal to 1 minus Q, which is 1 minus 0.2, and that's a 0.8. And once we have P, P square is simply the square of P, which is 0.64. And the question specifically says what percentage? So easy, just multiply that by 100 and you get 64%. And this is it. We have our answer. 64% of the population are homozygous dominant. This was question number 2. I hope you found it easy. Stay tuned for question number 3. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.